the conversation. So, hello everyone. Thanks for joining this video. I hope you and your dear ones are safe in these tough times right now. So, talking about the program that we are on right now, COVID has left the world high and low, as we know, and it has changed the definition of everything. So, as most of us are still wondering and figuring out the life in the new normal, Raecroot Talent Search Solutions has come up with such an initiative wherein we connect with the industry leaders and the HR leaders to know how the hiring trends in the new normal are going to be. So, to help us understand the upcoming trends and traits in the technology based logistics solutions, we have Mr. Aniruddha Gupte, an industry veteran and a founder of Podrones Logistics Private Limited. Uh, Good morning, sir. You able to hear me? Please hear me.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I can
Good
hear you.
morning. Thank you so much for joining on such a short notice. So, Mr. Gupte is an IITian from Kharagpur, and he started his career in 1988 at CAT Service Inc. He was a visiting faculty at University of Wisconsin and Milwaukee. He established the premier computer-aided design training center in Southeast Wisconsin. For several years, he has been a mentor and a guiding light to several startups who have approached him, like me. And in 2006, he went on to create an innovative technology business model, creating disruption in shipping and logistics industry by launching Podrones Logistics Private Limited. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining. It is a great honor. Any opening thoughts that you might have on this program? Any quick message that you would like to deliver to our audience over here today?
No, not really much to say until I hear what questions you have. But thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad that COVID is not preventing you from connecting with people. That's a good thing.
Oh yes, absolutely. These are that's the new normal, sir, as everyone is defining it. So I would like to quickly tell our audience about Podrones Logistics Private Limited. So guys, it is a last mile logistics company that manages storage and delivery and pick up parcels and documents within a city. Podrones provides the service to businesses, cooperative housing societies, as well as individuals. The company also provides hardware such as pod banks. This is very innovative. So, banks of automated electronic lockers and home pods, which is individual automated electronic lockers. Podron also has substantial intellectual property in drone delivery services, which will be deployed once the government regulations allow. And currently, they're providing the cutting edge technology to great partners like ICICI Bank, Kotak, Flipkart, Blue Dart, Indian Post, and the list is to go on. Great. I'm glad to have you, sir. So, if you allow me, we can start off with the questions right away.
Sure, go
Great.
ahead.
So, sir, my first question for you is going to be that I would like to know what is your business plan for the new normal. When I say business plan, I'm talking about developing new technologies or currently going on with the same pace that you are right now, something on those grounds.
So, in some ways, this this pandemic has been sort of a black swan moment for us because we have been, on the cutting edge of delivery. So we are using technology to make deliveries more efficient and less expensive, as well as more convenient. So one of the key things that we were doing was allowing asynchronous delivery. That means you don't have to be there when the delivery boy is there. So we use pod banks and home pods where you can leave the parcel. These are electronic lockers, and I'm sure you've probably seen them on our website, podrones.com.
Absolutely.
But now with this pandemic, people don't want to meet delivery people. They don't want to, go face to face with shopkeepers even. So home deliveries are on the increase. e-commerce is on the increase. In fact, one statistic I saw that says 10 years of e-commerce growth has happened in the last 3 or 4 months. So which means more parcels, more deliveries, and if they're deposited into the electronic lockers, that makes them contactless because you don't have to actually meet the delivery person. You can leave the parcel there for a while. It sort of disinfects, or at least the payload of the virus which may be there decreases. And you also don't have to, go outside, go when it's crowded, just to pick up your parcel. So, on that side, definitely it has been, a validation of what we were trying to do. Plus, our business on just the delivery services has also increased.
Right. So, in a way, the services that you're offering are the exact thing that the pandemic-like situation requires, right? And that is how we can look at the future. As everybody's saying, COVID is not going nowhere, and we have to start living with it. So, I guess this is the technology that we have to live with.
Just like demonetization was a black swan event for Paytm and PayU Money and those companies on the
Right. Right.
contactless finance companies. So this is a black swan moment for us.
Great. So it's a blessing in disguise, I can say.
Yeah. Not that I'm very happy about the situation.
True.
My heart goes out to people who are suffering from it, and we also have suffered because our plans had to be changed, and we have to sort of tighten our belts.
Absolutely.
We are doing good.
Understand, but much appreciable what service, and I got to know about the business plan. So you are looking to grow. That is what the need of our is now.
Yeah.
Coming back to the growth, they say people is the growth, right? Growth of the company is not just measured in terms of the books, but also in terms of the people that are, that are a part of the family. So, how are you looking at the job market in the post-COVID situations now?
So, post-COVID is a different matter from the present situation. The present situation is actually possibly going to last for a while.
Yes.
But I think people have adapted and they're adapting. People are working from home, and our employees are definitely working just as hard, if not harder. And they're available. Unfortunately, they're available 24/7 almost. Even I'm available 24/7 because you can always connect with them. And not that we are forcing them to, but sometimes I'll leave a message on Saturday night and it's all answered within half an hour. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we are proud of our dedication of our employees. That's the kind of employees we want and need. As I said, our business is increasing. Not that we need to hire technology people immediately at this point, although we are looking for some high-level technology hires. But post-COVID, I think there will be a huge upswing in the economy because there'll be a lot of pent-up demand and pent-up supply, and that I think will help boost growth all over the world, not just in India. So I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. There will be more jobs. And,
absolutely. Great. Thank you for your views over there, sir. And the next question sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, thank you. So the next question I have is typically for your industry. So what do you see how the future is? And I remember you telling me right now that this is going to be a boost for your industry. Since the e-commerce business is going up, deliveries, and even I am pretty sure government should go ahead and start authorizing the drone deliveries. With all of that in the mind, and I'm sure you're researching and analyzing the market, how do you see the future of your industry now?
How do I see what?
The future of your industry.
Yeah. So, like I said, our industry is heavily dependent on goods, being delivered, and obviously, I think e-commerce is going to grow up. It was already projected to increase at 30% in India year over year, and obviously that has probably gone to 100% increase. And yeah, after things improve in the pandemic, you know, people get inoculated, people get vaccinated, people develop immunity, they'll go out more, they'll spend more. So yes, e-commerce may come down a little, but it'll never go back down to where it was before. So the expansion of the business is more or less permanent, and we all know that e-commerce is the way it's going. Not only when I say e-commerce, I include in that local commerce done through apps, through phones, even through WhatsApp. People are ordering things from their local kirana wala through WhatsApp. That's
Yes.
e-commerce. And for that also you need delivery. So in fact, we are focused on last mile. We are focused on that delivery within a 1 or 2 kilometer radius,
Okay.
more than end to end, what is known as line haul or 3PL, complete 3PL services. So our business, I think, will keep improving. We also plan to enter the food delivery business, but that is, there are big competitors out there, and so we don't want to do that now. But that will also be very important. And people are pretty much getting used to ordering everything online.
True.
And logistics is going to change, because now people are ordering even 100 rupees worth of goods, toothpaste or lipstick or things, small items like that. And really, it doesn't make sense for somebody to ship my toothpaste from Chandigarh to Pune. The cost of shipping it is more than the cost of the toothpaste. So goods distribution will become more local, and it will become more focused on last mile. So I think we have a good future.
So you're saying that last mile will be more focused on the local in the local market. I would like to know because we're talking more from the job point of view. Now, technology is one aspect in this business that you're doing right now, but how about the person who meets the last mile delivery, the actual delivery boys or the sales executives who are on the field to capture more market? How about the jobs for them? Are you looking at any substantial growth in those kind of jobs?
Definitely. So, as I said, drone delivery is coming, but it's not going to happen immediately. It's going to take some time. And part of it is, of course, the government rules and regulations is preventing it from, excuse me, excuse me. So, drone delivery is limited right now by the government, but they are slowly opening it up. We have applied to participate in a few of the trials with the government, and it's on hold because of the pandemic. But that will happen. But even after it happens, it is not that suddenly everything will shift to drone delivery, or even 10%. At first, for even a year or two, it's just going to be 1% of the deliveries maybe. But even that is huge. Today there are 50 lakh deliveries per day.
Oh, wow.
In India.
It's a big number.
That includes all kinds of deliveries, out of which more than half are e-commerce deliveries. So 25 to 30 lakh deliveries happen, e-commerce deliveries happen every day in India. So even if 1% of those shift to drone delivery, that's still a huge number. And of course, there's a lot of learning there, so it's going to take time. But one of the key things that I feel is very important to understand is that in India we have a propensity to focus on human labor.
Yes.
So yes, definitely we are hiring delivery boys, we are hiring human labor. They go around on bikes, they deliver. So if you have people, we'll have to hire some good people, and supervisory level as well. But just think about these delivery boys. They're traveling all over the city in heat and dust, through traffic, through smoke, from other vehicles, and it's not safe. There are accidents, things like that. Do we really want human labor to be doing that? What I want to do is take the best of these people and turn them into drone pilots. So they actually deliver, packages, but they deliver it through drones. They don't sit on their bike and deliver.
Right.
So we have a plan for that. We have a business model for that, and it's not in place yet, but it will be. It's still being designed. So yes, we are hiring low-level people. We are hiring delivery people and higher level, supervisory people, people for business planning and logistics, and like you said, people for sales in last mile logistics. People who can go out there and pound the pavement, get customers, and so on. But again, in the long term, I would like to see that we don't rely on this so-called huge human capital that we have at the level of labor, but rather use their higher level skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, speaking of the drone technology per se, and maybe I can use this word, replacing the human efforts, right, with technology-based models. Uh, so, one thing is very clear that now with drones and other robotic things coming in picture, there will be a lot of less a scarce demand of human labor per se, but still human skills will be required to operate the same. I mean, postmen were replaced by emails, but still we needed people who could enable us to use emails. So something on the same grounds, what skills and capabilities are you looking in your new recruits when you start your recruitment? What is that exactly that you will be looking at? Anything uh, plus apart from what they are currently offering or something like that?
So, if you don't mind, let me first address this bogeyman of jobs will be lost because of technology. Okay, it's just not true. Okay. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but when computers first came around, everybody was talking about, oh, everything's going to be computerized, people are going to lose their jobs. Actually, it gave a huge boost to the economy, all over the world and even in India. We have a huge now, population of IT professionals that are not just in India, but all over the world. And
Absolutely.
literally taking over the H-1B visa process in the USA, right? And also in Europe. I mean, nobody talks about that, but there's probably more Indians in Europe and also in Australia than there are in the US, and all because of this computer revolution that came to India. So technology creates jobs, I believe. But the important thing is that technology creates higher skill jobs.
Hmm.
These are not jobs for people who have not passed the 8th standard. Although one of our best employees, by the way, is 3rd standard pass.
Oh, wow.
He fixes our technology issues on the pod banks, and he also does delivery. So
Oh,
what makes him so good is the fact that he learns constantly. He learns very quickly. And actually, I've seen this in people who are not very well educated. They do learn quickly. And that's the key thing that I look for in people. People who are willing to and looking to learn. So I generally tend not to hire people who have a logistics background. Although we do have people who have a logistics background, and we need those also. But I would say it would be less than 50% of the people in our organization who've actually worked in the logistics industry for a long time. Because we are a startup. We are not Blue Dart or BTDC. We don't need people who just know what to do, every day, same thing for next 20 years. We want people to innovate because that's the only way we win. And people can only innovate if they, I believe this very strongly, if they apply a cross-disciplinary approach. So they'll think of things that they've done in other domains and then apply it to logistics. So even in technology, we don't ask people whether they have a logistics background.
okay. So
And
no.
I look for people who learn quickly and who learn fast. The other thing that I look for in people is one of the things that will immediately get you probably excused from your job in this company is to say, that's not my job.
Oh,
Anybody who says that's not my job is no longer welcome in our company. So all the programmers, right from the first week that they join, they're actually made to do customer service. So they answer questions from customers, they get on the phone, they call customers, they go visit the pod banks, they stand there, they help customers pick up their parcels, all these things they do. And on a rotating basis, every now and then they still do that. That has stopped a little bit because of the pandemic, but yes, they still do some of that, because there's no way for them to actually write software unless they understand what the customer is doing. And we have discovered a lot of things by just sitting there in front of our pod banks, not even telling them who we are, just observing what they do.
Wow.
And frankly, not even answering their questions. Even if they're having difficulty, we try to just, record it, that what is the difficulty they're having and how they eventually resolve it. So that's our philosophy, and that's the kind of employees I want, who not, I know how to program in PHP and that's all I'm going to do for the rest of my life. No, that's not
really great. I mean, we typically call it the OJT, right? The on-job. There are hardly few companies who actually understand the meaning of this term, but given what you have just told me right now, that's the exact term, to use to the model that you're using and you're implementing. So great. I'm very happy to know that what you said was absolutely correct, sir. So just to address that the job market is not going to go down. It's not going to downgrade because of the technology. It's just going to upskill the human efforts. Absolutely. So now, when you start recruiting, is there going to be any difference in the hiring strategy that you currently have?
No. Our hiring strategy is more of a philosophy, and I just explained what that philosophy was. We look for people who learn, who are willing to learn new things, willing to do anything, who have dedication. At the start, when I mentioned that my employees even answer my questions late on Saturday night, those are the kind of people we want. And I'm not saying that they have to be available 24/7. I'm a very strong believer in this work-life balance. It's a very trite term, but we do it. So my colleagues and my all the employees in our organization, they know not to call me between 6 and 8, because that's when I exercise, eat dinner, all these things. They know. I mean, and I just don't answer questions, even unless it's an emergency. And so there are certain times where I just don't connect or don't, and I expect the same from people in my organization also. That you take time to do whatever is needed, but in your personal life, but you also take the time to do whatever is needed in your professional life.
Oh, great. That's really commendable. I mean, that's really a culture that everybody would like to live in. I guess I'm done with most of my questions because everything is pretty clear to me now about the industry that you are in. Not 100%, but yes, I have a hope. Like you said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So there is a hope of job markets being open, and then we're looking at a good size of recruits who will be upskilling themselves, and with that they just don't limit themselves to a particular job with human efforts, but instead do something better in life. Absolutely.
So we expect our employees, actually we expect our employees to keep upskilling themselves, and we pay 50% of any courses that they may want to take.
Oh, that is really great. I mean, that's really a big thing. That's really a big thing to do as an organization.
So in fact, if they don't take any courses, I just had this conversation with 2 employees yesterday, that I told them I'm very disappointed that they have not, taken the time during COVID to take a course, and
So you're setting it as a KPI,
but yes, I absolutely insist on people in upskilling themselves.
So you're setting it as a KPI for them.
Yes. Yes.
That's really great.
And it's a KPI for me also. I've actually learned to code in Angular and Ionic over the pandemic.
Oh wow! Getting such kind of a motivation from a veteran like you is a really big thing, a real big thing.
Yeah.
So Great. So, any closing message that you would like to deliver to the job aspirants? Anything that you feel that you would like to contribute to them?
So I don't have any really broad messages, but I just want to tell people who are in the job market that there are jobs out there, that they should not feel that things are so bad that they can't get a job, but they should be willing to do something that is outside their comfort zone. They should be willing to do whatever it takes to keep or get jobs. And by that, of course, I mean nothing illegal or immoral, but anything that they need to do, whether it's upskilling themselves, whether it's freelancing, whether it's getting into business themselves. In fact, I encourage people to get into some kind of entrepreneurship. And I'm, like you said, I'm mentored to some startups as well as people who are thinking of starting. So I'm happy to provide any mentorship, guidance, advisory, anything that they want, and it's free, of course, for people.
That's the key. Great, great. No, I really do appreciate this conversation, sir. So, and I guess the key line that I'm going to pick up is there are jobs, and you should be willing to step out of your comfort zone to get that job.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. It is a wonderful conversation today, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
we thank you to guide us and our viewers and to getting prepared for the available opportunities. We wish all the job aspirants good luck and hope this video is going to be very helpful. You find a suitable job pretty soon, and you can also drop in your resumes at hr at raecroot.online. And once again, thank you so much, sir, for joining in. We appreciate you coming in on a such a short notice. Ideally, I mean, we just had this conversation a week ago, and you decided to jump in, so that was really great of yours. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and like and share so that this video reaches all who are in need. See you till the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.